Hello, and thank you for your interest in the Mobilus Chimera. This is a short instructional video showing how to write a very basic application that calls our APIs to the core application, which monitors battery state of charge and end cap power, etc., as well as the two end caps that we have on this Chimera, which is a barcode scanner and a magnetic card reader. So the APIs that will be needed are available for source in source code. Those are available for download, and so we already have them downloaded in this machine. And we'll assume that you have Eclipse installed as well as the Android SDK. So we'll go ahead and import the core application that we have downloaded here, and then we'll grab the barcode scanner, and the magnetic card reader. And we can go ahead and build these projects. So they're just libraries that we'll use in our application. So that one is built. Now build the core first, and then we'll just make sure here this one will use the core API here. We want to make sure that that's checked with a green check mark here, or else we'd have to remove it and just add it here, but that's already working, so we can go ahead and build that. And this one doesn't use the core application, so we can go ahead and build it. So we have all three of those built, no problems, so we can go ahead and start our new app. So a new Android application project, we'll call this Tiny Demo. com.mobilustech.tinydemo, and then we'll leave all these as defaults. And here we go. So first thing that we'll do, switch this there. The first thing we'll do is the layout. We'll put 4 buttons on there to turn on and off each of the two end caps. We'll put a text view for the data that we read, and then we'll put a button to clear the text view that we have. So go ahead and start here. This will be MSR on. And the barcode scanner on. MSR off. Oops. And there's our text view. Okay, and if we go ahead and here, we'll just add in the on-click events. So we have to do that in our code. This is MSR on clicked. This is the barcode scanner. MSR off. Barcode scanner. So we've got those, and we've got our clear. And let's change the width here to match parent. Okay, so that is our layout. There's one thing that we need to add to the manifest here. So we need permission to communicate with those 3 applications. So we'll do uses permission Android. So that one is for the core. It's com.mobilusTech.chimera.core.services.access. That one's for the card reader. And the barcode scanner. So we got that in our manifest, we got our layout done. Let's go ahead and start coding our main activity. So if we build this, and these errors for the UI will go away. And let's go ahead and write the functions that we built into the layout. So that was MSR off clicked. We need view, which we'll need to import here. While we're at it, we need to import the functions that we need to use for the APIs. So we'll go ahead and do that now too. There's basically a list of actions and a list of reports for each of the APIs. So for the core, for the barcode scanner, for the magnetic card reader. The actions are the commands that you can send, so setting end cap, power states, etc. You can go through these. And then there's a list of reports, which is basically broadcast receivers that you'll receive when certain events happen. So there it is for the core, and here's the barcode scanner. So we'll get reports such as the barcode report, extended barcode report, and some of the actions. So let's go ahead and import all of those. So import com.mobilusTech.chimera API reports. Oh, I skipped a step. We need to add those libraries here under the Android tab of the properties. So we'll add the core, add the barcode scanner, add the magnetic card reader. Now this should fill this out for me. Reports. No reports. API.actions and reports. So that's for the core. And this is API. There's the barcode scanner actions. There's the reports. And that's for the MSR. So here we want to, this will be called automatically when we click on our button that we created. So what we want to do is turn power to the MSR off when that happens. So that will be an action performed by the core. So it'll be under this smart case action. So in here there's already a method for starting the intent and launching it to the application. And here are the different commands that you can send. So here we're going to want to set end cap B, so the MSR is on end cap B in our Chimera. We'll want to be setting the power to that off using the smart case action. So we'll say smart case action dot start. Okay, so it'll want the context and then the action we want to do. Context can just be this. The action will be smart case action. Let's set end cap B power off. And that's it. Now we'll do MSR on. Same thing, except for turning the power off. We're going to turn it on. We have a couple of different options available here. So we have off on sleep, which means it's on, except for it'll turn the end cap off whenever the tablet goes to sleep. Then we have a version that it'll turn off if the tablet's asleep, if it's plugged into the wall. So it'll stay on if it's asleep and it's on battery power. Another one that it'll turn the end cap off if the tablet goes to sleep and it's on battery power, meaning that if it goes to sleep and it's plugged into the wall, it stays on. And then there's one where it just stays powered all the time, regardless of whether the tablet's asleep or not. So we'll go ahead and just say we'll turn the power off when the tablet goes to sleep. So now we'll do the same thing, but with the barcode scanner, and that is end cap A. And the last one's a little different for turning the power on to the barcode scanner. There's some initialization that you're going to want to do to the barcode scanner that isn't necessary with the magnetic card reader. So there's two things that we want to tell the barcode scanner when power turns on, and that's under barcode scanner actions. There's a start decoding, which turns on the light for the illumination of the target barcode, as well as actively starts trying to decode. That'll turn on also there's a LED range targeter that'll turn on. So we'll want to turn that on, and then we will also want to set the barcode report configuration to. We'll set it to extended so that we can get the symbology that it was found when it had a good read. So we'll set those two things, and we need to do that when it initializes. So what we'll do here is we'll need to check and find out if power has already been turned on or not. If that end cap is already powered, then all we have to do is initialize it. If it's not on, then we'll have to turn it on and then initialize it after the power has been turned on. So we'll go ahead and say BCS on clicked. And what we'll do is we'll create a report that we'll receive from the core that gives us the current power setting for each of the end caps. So that's in the reports for the core, and it is end cap power report. So we'll go ahead and create that here. So private end cap power report, we'll call it power report. And we'll worry about how we get the state in there in a moment. For now, we'll just go ahead and write this part. So if power report dot is end cap A powered. So if it's already powered, then we'll just need to call initialize barcode scan or something. But we'll actually create a handler for that so that we can delay it. So we'll call this initialize barcode scanner new. And since power's already been on, we can just set that to 0. So we can initialize it immediately. If power is not on, then we're going to want to turn it on. So do that, and it's end cap A. So let's go ahead and write this function. So this is a so what we're going to want to do here is the two actions that we talked about, setting the report to extended as well as starting decoding. So that will be done in the actions for the barcode scanner. So those are all listed here. So similar format as dealing with the core application. So we go barcode scanner action.start. Context, we'll say get application context. And the action is barcode scanner action. And we want the extended barcode. And next we'll start decoding. So that will initialize the barcode scanner. Okay, that looks pretty good. So now what we'll do is we'll try and get that power report populated. So what will happen is when we turn the power on, the core will give us a broadcast to tell us when it's actually turning the power on. So we'll go ahead and write the receiver for that here. So it'll be we'll say power receiver. And we need to import broadcast receiver here. And we also need the context as well as the intent. Okay. So we need to get the report here from the intent. There's a function to do that already, and the end cap power report. So we'll just say end cap power report equals end cap power report intent. That'll give us the report. And we'll say if the power is on our barcode scanner, and then so that we are sure that we're wanting to initialize it, we'll just say initialize. We'll just create this this Boolean variable here. So it'll be false, and then when we want to turn it on, we'll turn it on there, and then we'll know that we need to initialize it here. False. And we'll need to call the initialize function the same way that we did before, except for this time power is just turning on. It needs to enumerate, so we need to give it just a little bit of time. We'll give it a second. That should be more than enough. And so it'll initialize 1 second after the power is turned on to the end cap. So that looks pretty good. Let's see, we forgot to do the clear clicked here. Void clear clicked. That's our text view. ID. It's text view data. We need to import text view. And we can just set the text to nothing. So that's all the buttons and initializing the barcode scanner. Now let's do the broadcast receivers for the data that we're going to receive from the barcode scanner and the MSR. So we'll say class MSR receiver extends broadcast receiver. And we'll get a report from this as well, same way that we did with the core application. So that is here. We're going to get magnetic stripe report. We just need to pass it the intent. Oops. Just call that report. And then we'll just call a function, say display MSR, and we'll just pass it the report. And we'll write that function here in a second. Let's do the barcode scanner. And for it, the report is going to be, so we set the report to extended when we initialize it, so we'll get extended barcode report is what we'll receive. So we just pass it the intent and we'll get the report back, and then we'll call display MSR display barcode scanner. So here we go, private void MSR. And we'll need the text view that we use up here. And we'll append the report to this. So report. These are all the different data that's available. There's track 1, track 2, track 3 data. That's the mass data. There's the encrypted data. There's a bunch of them here that you can look through. We'll just display the encoding type. So this would be whether it's a credit card or debit card or such, versus say a driver's license. So we'll say MSR encoder type. And then let's display the track 1 and 2 mask data. So it's get track 1. And get track 2. Okay, and that is it for the MSR. So now for the barcode scanner, we'll do two things. We'll get this AIM symbology ID. AIM's a standard for identifying the different barcodes. So we'll get the symbology of the successfully decoded barcodes. We'll say BCS equals. And then we'll just put the BCS data. Get barcode. So at this point we need to register our receivers for the power receiver and the MSR receiver and the barcode scanner receiver. So we'll put those on resume. Don't forget to call the super. And we're going to register the receiver. So that's we'll do the MSR receiver. And the intent filter is there as well, right inside the receiver that we want to receive. So that was magnetic stripe report. It's .action. So that will be it for the magnetic stripe reader. So we do need to import intent filter here. And then we also need to declare our receiver here. So we'll just declare them all there. That got rid of our errors. So now we'll do the barcode scanner and its extended barcode port.action. And this was power receiver. And it was in cap power report .action. And then, so we don't forget, let's do the unregistering on pause. So now we have all the broadcasts. We have displaying and initializing all done. The only thing that we have left was finding the current end cap power condition for our barcode scanner here with this power report. So we have the broadcast, but we don't have it initialized from the beginning. What we can do here is in our on start is we can get the sticky broadcast so that we know the state when we first initialize it. So so what we can say here would be power port. This could be a new end cap power port. And then we'll just register a null receiver, since this is just, this should immediately return. And then the intent filter is like it was before. Power port dot action. So that should return. That should return the current state of the power report. So that should be it as far as all of our functions here. We have the 4 buttons programmed. Turn on and off power. The only one that was a little more complicated was turning the barcode scanner on. So here when we do that, we either need to turn it on, in which case we'll begin the process of turning it on, and then when it turns on, then we'll initialize it 1 second after it's turned on, or if it's already on, then we can initialize it immediately. Then we receive our messages and display it in our text box, and then of course we can clear the text box. So that's just demonstrating our basic functions here, communicating with the core application and the end caps. And then we'll show the actual program running on our Chimera. But for now, we're done writing the program. Let's just compile it quick and make sure that we have any errors. We don't. Okay, so we're done with our coding. Okay, so we've got our app complete. We're ready to demonstrate how it works. Just had a couple of quick fixes in the program that we just wrote. We needed to put the new instances of the power receiver, the MSR receiver, and the barcode scanner receiver. So that needed to be in the onCreate. I also had these onClicks set as private. Those need to be public so that the layout functions can reach them. So had those 2 changes to our code, and now we're going to go into our tablet here, and we'll go ahead and compile and run program. And there it is. So first we'll click on the MSR on, and we'll go ahead and swipe a card, and the data appears. So we've got the encoding type, we've got the mask data for track 1 and 2. So we can go ahead and swipe it again. It'll just append another swipe event. And click clear, and that'll disappear. And we can go ahead and click MSR off. And now if we swipe anymore, now the MSR is powered off, so it won't display any more data. So now we'll go ahead and click on barcode scanner on, and it does turn on. We'll scan a barcode, and we get the symbology and the data appearing on the screen. So, and then how we have it as the default is the scanner will turn off after a good read, or the decoder will turn off after a good read. So the light will go out, and the red LED rangefinder will go off. Now if we click, the power's still on, so if we click barcode scanner back on, it'll just turn the decoding session back on. and that'll turn on again. We can scan a barcode again, and when we're done with it, we can click barcode scanner off, and it turns off the barcode scanner. So that's our demo successfully running on the tablet itself, and we will provide the source code for that app if anybody wants to look through it. So thank you very much for your time, and hopefully this helps.